Football season is halfway over, and our Ashley Velde is live with everything you need to know from this year.
It was the dawn of a new era last December in Norman when Brent Venables was hired. Now they're halfway through the football season, and it may not be everything Sooner fans hoped, but is definitely a new time in Norman, Oklahoma. OU began with UTEP and Kent State. The Sooners handled each team with ease, showcasing QB1 Dillon Gabriel's abilities, putting up 529 passing yards combined, and a big-time catch from Gavin Freeman against UTEP, who starred in his first collegiate touch, scoring a touchdown. Marvin Mims proved to indeed be marvelous, leading the receiving corps in yards both games. The Brent Venables defense appeared to be in full suffocating force. Reggie Grimes recorded at least 1.5 sacks each game, and Oklahoma held UTEP to 28 rushing yards.
We talked about, again, this being Team 128, and we want to celebrate success no matter how it looks, and but a special day, you know.
The Sooners renewed an old rivalry in Lincoln against Nebraska, where Oklahoma put down the hammer, 49-14. After Deshaun White was ejected for targeting in the second quarter, freshman Jaron Kanek stepped in to lead the Sooners with 10 tackles and a recovered fumble. Eric Gray also had a day, leading the Sooners with 11 carries for 113 yards on the ground. But then came the knife in the Sooners' side, Kansas State, who Oklahoma can never seem to escape the grasp of.
They're very explosive. You know, those two guys in the backfield can really make plays, so we got to try and contain them and just do what we can.
But no one was expecting the performance Kansas State put on in Norman. The Wildcats put up 41 points on Oklahoma, who had allowed only 30 points in its first 3 games. Quarterback Adrian Martinez had the best game of his career, leading the rushing corps with 148 yards for 21 carries and passing for 234 yards. The Sooners faced their first loss of the Brent Venables era.
I've been bragging on our guys and about their engagement and their investment, as well as the buy-in. And I didn't see anything that was different this week in any way, shape, or form.
But cracks became craters as the Sooners went down to Fort Worth to face TCU, where they were swiftly handed a 55-24 defeat. Dillon Gabriel was knocked out of the game in the second quarter when he was hit in the head while sliding by a TCU linebacker who was ejected for targeting. With Davis Bevel stepping in at quarterback, the Sooners were not able to find a rhythm on offense. Bevel only passed for 50 yards the whole game. Max Duggan passed for 302 yards for the Horned Frogs and rushed for 116. The Sooners' defense unable to keep up.
It was certainly disappointing, and I thought we had a great week of practice, and I thought we were ready to play, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out that way.
This was not the Brent Venables defense Sooner fans thought they saw at the beginning of the season. And with arguably the biggest game looming against Texas, the Sooners needed to make changes quickly. But 49-0 was the unanswered call. Texas shut out Oklahoma in the Red River Showdown. The last time OU lost 3 straight games was 1998, prior to the Bob Stoops era. Unranked and set to face the number 19 Kansas Jayhawks in Norman, it was now or never for Oklahoma. With Dillon Gabriel back, he passed for 403 yards and led the Sooners to a 52-42 rout of Kansas. Javonte Barnes became the first OU true freshman running back with multiple games of at least 2 rushing touchdowns since Samaje Perine in 2014. And the Oklahoma defense saw improvement. CJ Colding came up with quite the cold interception.
There's, like I said, things to clean up. It's just when you win, those things look not as bad.
And we'll see if the Sooners can continue winning. They head to Iowa State next weekend and currently sit at a 4-3 record. Hallie in Brooklyn, back to you at the desk.